This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Well, welcome to KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio's News 25. It's Friday, July 10th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell, and we are introducing Missy Kohler. How you doing, Missy?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
So glad to have Missy here. Missy and her husband, John, just moved here from Alaska about a month ago.
Yeah, we've only been here a few weeks. We love Pahrump, and we're excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here. We, of course, have everybody on a two-shot so that we can social distance and so that we're far away from each other. But we are super happy to have Missy here and to co-anchor the news with us. She'll be doing a whole bunch of other things with us, as well as editing and anchoring and reporting. So you'll see a lot of her in the coming days, and we'll meet John one day, right?
You will.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go to our first story. As state legislatures meet to decide how to deal with a pinpoint $2 billion budget shortfall, Governor Steve Sisolak is pumping the brakes on reopening businesses. In a news conference on Thursday evening, the governor announced bars and restaurants in high-risk counties will return to Phase 1 guidelines.
Today, my office had a call with representatives from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. While discussing Nevada's data and using other states' data as guides, the federal representatives advised us that if Nevada did not take swift policy action to prevent the spread of COVID-19 throughout our state, we would likely soon be in a precarious condition where hospitals are overwhelmed with patients in the very near future. This information, based on the increasing trends we've been experiencing, led me to my decision today. The decision is based on targeting high-risk areas where infection is more likely to occur. That is why tonight I am announcing that as of 11:59 p.m. tomorrow, Friday, July 10th, bars in certain counties in Nevada will be returning to similar restrictions laid out in Phase 1 of our Nevada United Roadmap to Recovery. Additionally, I'm concerned because based on our inspection thus far, fewer than half of the bars that OSHA inspectors have visited have been found to be in compliance. Right now, our HHS teams are confirming the criteria that would designate a county in Nevada as a hotspot. Tomorrow, I will be releasing that criteria and the names of the counties that will be required to close bars tomorrow, beginning at 11:59 p.m. per this directive. Just like in Phase 1, this applies to bars and taverns that do not serve food. They can still provide curbside pickup and delivery where allowed locally, but they can no longer have patrons on the premises. Restaurants with bar areas must close the bar areas to patrons and continue to limit capacity to 50%. Customers seated at tables can still be served alcohol, but they cannot congregate in the bar area or be served at the bar. All bar tops will be closed, regardless of whether they have gaming machines installed. In addition to the rollback in certain counties, I am also adding a new statewide restrictions in this directive. All restaurants and other food establishments like pubs, breweries, distilleries, or wineries, which are licensed to serve food, may not seat parties larger than 6 people, indoors or outdoors. This measure will go into effect Friday at 11:59 p.m. and will stay in place until further notice. I am hopeful we will see a downward trend in numbers so we can continue to reopen safely. When we began reopening, I committed that we would remain flexible and let data and recommendations of public health and emergency management professionals dictate the best course of action for protecting Nevadans.
The governor says the state will continue to monitor the COVID-19 situation and take action as necessary to protect the health and safety of all Nevadans. Nye County bars, pubs, taverns, breweries, distilleries, and wineries that don't serve food must close at 11:59 p.m. tonight, Friday, July 10th. Restaurants with bar areas must close the bar areas to patrons and continue to limit capacity to 50%. Customers seated at tables can be served alcohol but can't congregate in the bar areas. There is a new statewide restriction that all restaurants and food establishments may not seat parties larger than 6 indoors or outdoors. All above restrictions will remain in place until further notice from the state. Clark County, Elko County, Humboldt, Lander, Lyon, Nye County, and Washoe County. The governor will reevaluate the situation in 2 weeks. After a routine traffic stop on July 8th, Nye County Sheriff's Office arrested 3 on alleged drug possession charges.
Anthony Erb, Jordan Lauren, and Chad Mikitaroff were stopped at Gamebird Road near Homestead after failing to yield at a stop sign. Detectives observed Lauren and Mikitaroff attempt to conceal what was later identified as illegal substances under the front and back seat of the car. For officer safety, the vehicle was searched. Detectives discovered 6.42 grams of methamphetamine, a total of 49.47 grams of heroin, and 13 pills that were later identified as clonazepam, a Schedule IV narcotic. Lauren was charged with first and second degree possession 1, 2, 3, and 4 of a controlled substance, use and possession of drug paraphernalia, and conspiracy to violate Uniform Controlled Substances Act in the first degree. Erb was charged with conspiracy to violate Uniform Controlled Substances Act in the first degree, failure to yield at a stop sign, and broken brake light. Mikitaroff was charged with possession 1, 2, 3, and 4 of a controlled substance, conspiracy to violate Uniform Controlled Substances Act in the first degree, use and possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of identification to establish false identity. All 3 suspects have been booked into the Nye County Detention Center pending arraignment.
All right, News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, there's been a slight improvement in the unemployment numbers. Wells Fargo tightens the rules on home buyers, and Harley-Davidson will cut jobs as it tries to rebuild.
Topping our news, Americans are slowly going back to work. The number of people applying for jobless claims totaled 1.3 million recently. That is 99,000 less than last week. However, it is the 15th month in a row that number has topped 1 million, and there are a record 32.9 receiving unemployment checks. Reports continue to emerge of people struggling to get unemployment benefits as some states are just overwhelmed. Wells Fargo is tightening the rules on home buyers. CNBC was the first to learn that Wells is requiring new clients to bring in at least $1 million in balances to refinance a jumbo mortgage. Previously, clients needed $250,000. Harley-Davidson is still on a rough ride. The company plans to eliminate 700 jobs this year as it tries to rebuild. Harley is also making changes at the executive level. The CFO of 17 years has left the company.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, finalized data from the Nevada Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation show initial claims for unemployment insurance totaled 12,484 for the week ending July 4th, up 1,374 claims, or 12.4% compared to last week's total of 11,110. This is the second consecutive week of increases in regular initial claims. Through the week ending July 4th, there have been 562,486 initial claims filed in 2020, 540,834 of which have been filed since the week ending March 14th. Nevada's insured employment rate, which is the ratio of continued claims in the week to the total number of jobs covered by the unemployment insurance system, rose by 0.1 percentage points to 20.9%. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program for the self-employed, 1099 contract workers, and gig workers saw 62,810 initial claims filed in the week ending July 4th, a decrease of 6,334 from last week's total of 69,000. Since the program began, 285,980 initial claims have been filed, 131,954, or 46.1% in the last 2 weeks. Well, the Nye County School District has a new superintendent. His name is Warren Schillenberg, and while he joins the district in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, he says he's happy to be here.
That was very different. I've never been involved in a process where it was public. Usually that's in closed session, but it ended up great, so I'm happy with the results. Right, and I said I'm meeting with everybody, trying to, get to know all the employees here in the central office and what their needs are and what I can do to help and, help set the direction. So I'm excited about that. The COVID-19 is, across the country has affected everybody. The district had a committee that was in place before I came here, so I'm just kind of stepping in with that committee to help put together the plan that has to be approved by the board 20 days before school starts. So that's going to be at our July 13th board meeting. Right now with the phase 2 that the governor has the schools in, we have some restrictions we have to follow. So the concern about making it a permanent idea is that he could change the expectations. We'd have to flip to one of the other options. So I think like most districts across the country, you're looking at either a total online option, a total on-campus option, and then a hybrid option in the middle. I look forward to getting out to the schools, and I hope to be in the schools a lot. That's important to me because I want to see what's going on firsthand, meet with the teachers, principals, help them feel comfortable talking to me and reaching out to me if they have any needs or anything I can do to help them. I'm passionate about student achievement and making sure every child gets the equal opportunity to be successful and to choose the path that they find fulfillment in, whether it be going to a community college or working in a trade or going to Harvard. I want every child to have the opportunity to do whatever they desire. So that's my goal, is that Pahrump is going to give them the foundation to meet the needs to achieve whatever goal they inspire to achieve. We hope to open school as soon as possible in the safest, healthiest way possible. And I can't wait to meet everybody, to hear what their needs are. And I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to a great year.
Well, there is a meeting for the Nye County School District tonight that they will be showing on their website, and we'll bring you that on Monday's newscast. We'll return in just a moment.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Welcome back. We're happy you're with us tonight. Some local residents are concerned about what they call a lack of visibility of the crosswalk on Highway 160 at Calveda Boulevard, and they voiced those concerns at Tuesday's Board of County Commissioners meeting.
It was brought to my attention that there is the crosswalk at Calveda and 160 has no light or a very tiny light on it, and the sheriff has been giving a lot of tickets there, costing a guy like $200 because he didn't see a light there. And I don't know what the issue really was, but he's complaining because he says you need a larger light so you bring that crosswalk more to everybody's attention. I couldn't find a light on it at all, but I may just not have been able to see it in the daylight. But if I couldn't see it, yeah, I think we need a bigger light. Are you familiar with that?
I am, yes, I am, and that crosswalk is going to be the same as the crosswalk that they put in at Postal Road. It's got some very high visibility LED flashing yellow lights that are activated when somebody pushes the buttons on there. And I can mention it to NDOT that they could maybe benefit to help the traffic and the public know that there's somebody in that crosswalk by looking or addressing those lights.
Okay.
You can call those high visibility lights if you'd like, but they're not. My opinion, just my opinion. So
okay.
They're way up high. They're little tiny things. I've seen them go off, but if you're driving and you're concentrating on where you're going, they're way up out of your eyesight. They're poor, put it that way.
I brought this up a couple of years ago when it was pretty new, and I was kind of ridiculed because the light comes on. It comes on if somebody pushes the button, and it is difficult to see. And if we maybe had something prior to approach to, before we get to that point, like a warning, there's a crosswalk or, something, some other lights to help people look, because it's very difficult to see anyone crossing that crosswalk. It happened to me. I didn't get a ticket, but there was somebody in that crosswalk, and I couldn't even see them. And I definitely didn't see the light.
It's Friday, which means it's time to meet a great dog available for adoption from Desert Haven Animal Society. Darby O'Donnell introduces us to Ebony.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Ebony. Ebony is a 10-year-old female. She is a border collie mix. She is a sweetheart. She has such a cute little loving personality. She is all black. So she prefers to be the only doggy in the home. She does get along really well with cats, but she does go and not get so along well with other doggies. She walks really well on a leash. She loves car rides. The owner said that she does really well with groomings, and she's just super sweet. So if you want to go and see Ebony or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time at 775-751-7020, so you can call and make an appointment to see the animals, or you can always check them out on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. But Ebony, you want to say goodbye? Good girl. Good girlie.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Going outside now to take a look at that weather cam, and it looks gorgeous outside. Remember, though, there is an excessive heat warning in effect beginning at 10 a.m. tomorrow, going throughout the weekend. Stock up on water, take care of your pets. Those with, compromised immune systems and such should stay in the nice, cool air, possibly inside. Look out for all those people in your life that have trouble with the heat. When we come back, Michael Donahue will have the weekend weather forecast for you.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 109, a low of 85 degrees, 117, a low of 90 in Death Valley, 107, a low of 75 in Amargosa, 102, 71 in Beatty, 95, 59 in Goldfield, 93, 58 in Tonopah, 93, 53 in Carson City, 98, 57 in Fallon, and finally up in Fernley, 97, their low is 58 degrees. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 105 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 11 miles per hour. Humidity at 7% and 5:35 this morning for our sunrise. Now tonight, we're still expecting clear skies. Our low is going to be 80 degrees. It is 104 outside currently with winds out of the east-southeast up to 8 miles per hour, 14% humidity, and 8:03 tonight for that sunset. Now looking ahead to the 7-day, we do see some clouds now popping in on Tuesday and Friday, but we're still expecting a majority of sunny skies throughout the week. Now we also still are going to be dealing with those high winds now between 12 to 19 miles per hour as well throughout the week. Our temperature is not really seeing any changes. We're still going to be up to 110 degrees on Sunday, then slowly going to drop back down to 103 by next Wednesday through Friday. Overnights are seeing the same story. We're going to be seeing lows of 82 and 83 degrees Sunday and Saturday, then dropping down to about those mid to high 70s for the running of next week. And so now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna and Missy.
Thanks, Michael. So in addition to it being Friday, we also got cake today, which makes it a doubly good day as we were celebrating the birthday of one of our own. Happy birthday going out to our guy in master control, Matt Walker, who turned 24 today.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matt. Happy birthday to you.
Hey now. 24, huh?
What?
24?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Not the corner edge. So when you get to it. Probably Jamie.
Jamie, do you want a corner? Oh, yes. Happy birthday, Matt, once again. And remember, the movie in the park is happening Saturday night. It is Abominable, and it starts at 8 p.m. Arrive early, and it's right there in Ian Deutsch Memorial Park off of Honeysuckle between Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Dandelion Street. Bring out the chairs, bring out a blanket, and have a great time watching the movie. And it, of course, is free. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanne O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler.
We'll see you back here on Monday.